Alright, so if you didn't watch the last video, I suggest go watch it. Pretty good. Really good team strats, good tips. I was in a trio party for this with Xayah and Thresh. Now, both those games, we went Nautilus, Xayah, Thresh. Great combination of just CC damage. The roots and slows are insane. So I didn't put this one. If you watched the last video, you know. But we'll just jump right into it. But Riven here in jungle, great play style. So I didn't do so hot. 3, 7, 8. We're really gonna focus on Riven and what she does, and I recognized it was the same Riven than the next game with Shyvanna. That's going to be the highlight of this video. So, mid lane, Teemo, Riven, placing a ward, going to clear. Myself, I'm not a Riven player. I tried her a couple times, but just figuring out the combo and the playstyle of the abilities, it's not really what I prefer. But I know they can be a good carry and a beefy character champion to play. So Fireman, I'm going to try to get a little gank here, but with Misfortune's... Oh yeah, I guess that was the other thing. But with Misfortune's movement speed, a little bit hard, because I don't even... If I had boots, might have been different, but... If nothing else, shrunk her down in health to give Garen an advantage. This game was also a little off, because Misfortune, they had 2 ADC, 2 ranged champions with high damage. One was in solo lane to Garen. So here's a great gank. My dual lane was out of place. They seen the opportunity, jumped in. Good position to get the scutter. And towards mid to an unsuspecting Teemo. With no success, they're going to go with the next scutter. Comes down, ganks Garen. Not near his turret. Low health, perfect time for a gank. Thresh with a good lantern. Didn't need it. You know, I'm just going to speed through a lot of this, especially the Fireman. Try to catch the team fights. So, Thresh, low health. Riven coming, but probably not going to get there in time. Goes with the scutter. She got it, I'm pretty sure, there. Oh, no, I did. I'm being tanky. So again, great teamwork. Great crowd control. I thought for sure I would have died. And then I get hit by Jinx's ult. So, seeing I have the ward there, I'm going to be stupid and go for it. This is where having a good team comes into play. Three of them come to the objective after the jungler's out. We secure. Garen's pinging to do the Rift Herald. So, Riven being dead. Perfect time to farm her a little bit. But she's hot on her heels. Seen down on the bottom, they actually get the Rift Herald here, so. Yeah, ult. Hook. Spent too much time chasing her off. Their team came to support. With our dual lane still up there. Right, you get Garen. Or Misfortune, I guess. But they got too much burst, too much damage. And Zion almost stole it. Who gets the double kill? Almost. Again, both junglers farming jungle until there's a team fight. Or what a move by Thresh. So at this point, I realized Riven was pretty good at jungle. They were going to be a problem. Excuse me. So yeah, anytime you can steal the enemy jungle, that's perfect. And then look, Riven coming, looking, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to hunt me down. There, I probably could have got Lucian, but there were minions in the way of my hook. So that's a bit of a letdown. Push mid. Sort of what she's doing, trying to see if she can come with some action mid. And that root from Zaya. Such a shutdown. Tried Zaya a couple times too, but the first like 2 or 3 times did really well. I hit the wrong button there, but yeah. I think I was saying, played Zaya a few times, did good first couple times, but then after that got a little too focused on trying to work her mechanics. So dragon's up. Let's watch Riven. Jumps right in. Getting lots of burst damage. They get this dragon too. Summons Rift Herald mid lane. So it looks like we're in for some trouble. No team fights, so she goes to farm. Anyone just tuning in for these, when you're playing jungle, the worst thing you can do playing jungle is only stay in the jungle and farm, and not participate in ganks, not participate in team fights, avoid the objective altogether. I've had too many games where that was the case, and so that's why I decided I wanted to try start making a couple of these videos. So for as much burst as they got, this is where I was trying to get Randu and shield. So I was continuing to farm because I was just getting deleted. So here I jump in, take the turret fire so we can get a secured kill. Should have stayed a little longer, kept Zaya alive. And you don't want to be farming minions until your jungle debuff is gone. But once that's gone, it's fine to farm minions. So here we got a good spread. Only 2 of them are alive. Guess we don't do the Baron yet. There. Riven used her smite. This is where I first got a big advantage. Nope, not yet. You can see the healing there from the random shield. 500, 388, I think it said. So that was definitely the right call, especially against Jinx. I'm not sure what Lucian's up for critical strikes. So Dragon's coming up. Teemo's getting set up. Riven's on the way. Waiting in the bush for Thresh. Look at that burst. It's such a tanky champion. Look at that get away. Well, she's doing dragon. We're fighting off mid. And she goes to clear the lane. And then as far as pathing goes, then Riven will be able to come get the red buff. But she chooses not to. Again, she can do that easily on recall. Right here, we got a glimpse of her with the ward. So we all start moving in, I believe. We're coming up, making sure they're not doing Baron. So Timo and Garen waiting to see if they can snag the Baron. If Garen went in towards the Baron to do damage there, we might have been able to steal it. And as I was watching, that's what I seen, and I figured this was going to end poorly, but nice snipe there from Jinx. So, honestly, here, I'm looking at the bottom trying to figure out how we pulled through. I think it was just an awesome team fight. Again, so what I've seen from this game, a lot of the time, Thresh, Xayah, and myself, Nautilus, we were split up. We weren't in a group of 3. That might have been our downfall this game. Riven with a hard carry. So that's what I noticed this game Riven was doing. She would place the red ward on the objective and sit on the other side of the wall. And that's going to be a key thing to remember for when I show you the next game with Shyvanna. So we got Jinx and Lucine coming in. Lucine's busy on the lane. Jinx is a little late. Xayah carrying the dragon for the team. So right now, I'm getting the red buff just to help out with the fight. Riven's getting the blue buff to farm. Team fight brewing in the middle. If either jungle was there, that would be a big tilt of advantage. So again, Riven just sitting in a bush. Places a ward to make sure Timo's not there sneaking up on her. Nice execution. So yeah, just putting his team fight going. I'm still clearing bottom lane. Farming. And we just had 4 of them dead and we were able to push the Nexus. So again, this game, it was hard carry from Zaya and Thresh. I did not do so well at all. And Riven, 12, 8, 10. She was able to carry and be quite a nuisance to us. Still did my fair share of assisting. Not as good as the last 2 games though. Now, in the previous video, I was doing some Shyvanna. I showed a little bit of the build and explained how 2 of her abilities are highly dependent on ability power. The more magic damage you do, the more health you can recover, and Shyvanna becomes really tanky. And since there's been a couple updates since I found that build, I've had to tweak it a little bit. But for the most part, the previous games I was taking Nashor's Tooth for the attack speed. But with the performance of this game, I remembered what you want is the Rift Maker. The Rift Maker gives you the Omni Vamp stacked on top of whatever physical vamp you have. And really, I only have 2 items. And I got MVP 12.57. And it was a rough start. Again, because Riven, same Riven from the previous game. But until I realized that, it was a bit of a rough start. And once I clued in, I went and Swain was causing a lot of issues. 534 healing per minute, 50 seconds of crowd control in a 17-minute game. Anyway, so then I took Oblivion Orb and the game was just over for them. So look at this assist rate. Zaya carrying with an A performance this game, 2,000 damage per minute. Ashcan, triple kill, first blood, 943. And we had our Scion. I'm not sure, I forget if he was actually doing a big part or just laning, but he was doing a good job regardless. 7,657 damage taken per death. Better than 80.8% of players. So their team, nothing really stood out too much. We shut them down pretty good. Caitlyn was probably the biggest factor with almost 60% kill participation. So, and the difference with the Rift Maker, I find the Rift Maker, when you use your second ability, just the area of effect, if you're jumping into multiple enemies, you're getting that Omni Vamp off them all. If you go Nashor's Tooth first, then I took the Talon just to build up to it. But taking Nashor's Tooth first, you don't get that Omni Vamp. You're missing out. So if you haven't seen them, go check out those other videos. If you have, get ready for a good show. So again, Riven, starting out, placing the ward, going to farm. So with Shyvanna, you want to get stacks. Every 100 stacks increases your abilities in the order. First ability, second, third, and fourth. In order to get stacks, you need to kill the large monsters. So with this little pack of Wolverines, you only need to kill the big one. You can leave the other 3. Those are just for gold. So check it out right here. I might need to come up top So I don't even bother with the little rock monsters. Scion, he'll probably die anyway, I figure. And Threshim's Eye, I got it anyway. So I just stay farming. With Shyvanna for the stacks, you will want to always try to get the Rift Scutters. Because if you don't get them, that's stacks you're missing out on, as well as gold and vision. And any game that you're not getting your stacks quickly, it's affecting how much you can actually be useful to the game. So Riven coming in, sitting in the bush. Best thing you can do as a jungle sometimes. You can get the Scorpion. A lot of people don't know about that. So if you can get it for your soul laner, if they don't know, it's a big help. So poor direction on the ult. Wasted, mister. Put a chunker down for Scion anyway. Riven making a move. And solid team coming in to clean up. So at this point, I still just suspected it was another Riven player. I didn't take notice of the name in the last game. So I was watching here at this point, seeing how Swain got away. If you could reduce his healing, that's what you want to go for. So objectives coming up. I have a ward placed on the Rift Herald, so I'm going to go for the dragon first. As far as the objectives go, the dragon will give you more stacks for Shyvanna, but so right here, as soon as I seen the red ward on the objective, that's when I realized this was the same Riven. Remember the playstyle from the previous game, how she was kind of carrying the team, and I figured, alright, I'm not going to get Nashor's Tooth, and I was going to go for the Riftmaker instead. So again, same as I did with Nautilus, get rid of that vision, knowing she's very well on the other side of the wall, and try to knock down that Swain. So they're gonna get the first dragon. Again, Rift Herald's better anyway. But so as I was staying with the stacks, the Rift Herald will give you like 85. No, let's say 60 stacks. You look it up after. The dragon will give you like 85. It's not too much of a difference. If you get the Rift Herald in 1 kill, it's the same as getting the dragon. So, what I've noticed in a lot of games, if you're playing against Shyvanna, they always try to get the dragon, and like all 4 or 5 teammates or enemies will go to the dragon to try to secure it for the extra stacks, but it's not that big of an issue. So, when you're playing the jungler, this is what's important. Riven was already doing the Rift Herald. I figured she might be there, but she wouldn't have time to get in, so I finished firing. This is what I put it back to show you. As long as you can smite that, keep your distance and get out, then it doesn't matter so much. This Ash kill is actually pretty good. Anyway, we always had Riven, but Varus and Misfortune came, so you don't want to fight outnumbered. You never want to fight outnumbered unless you got a huge advantage. So, pinging that up on my way, top, ultimate ready. And Caitlyn with the root. Annoying. I think Zaya cleans up. No team fights going on, so Riven's fireman. No team fights going on, so I'm gonna go fire. It's really important to get those stacks out at least. For myself, I always try to get the main focus and get to 200 stacks as fast as you can. If you can get to 300 or 400 quickly, then get there. Because once you get 400 stacks, well, you'll see. I won't spoil it, but that route shut me down pretty good. And now it's a 3v2. I think I might retreat anyway. Nope. So in Dragon form, hitting them with that third ability, the Fireball, it allows them to take more damage. And it does like 3% of their max health damage over a few seconds or something. And because of how much Swain is healing, Thresh should just back out. Because he's not going to win that fight. Not alone anyway. Ash Cannon for the win. Yeah, that's what I mean. Couldn't remember what Sion was doing all game, but I knew he was doing good. But here's my chance. And this, I'll have to double check, but I think that was with the Rift Maker. Notice how it's just chunking her health and healing. That's the Omni Vamp. And once I got the solo kill on Riven there, I knew that this game was in the bag. In the bag, in the bank. However the saying goes. So we're fighting mid lane. I was more focused on farming. and having a good idea their jungle was coming up. I believe that's what I was going for. Distraction mid lane, get a bit of a push. And I was trying to get to 300 stacks here, I believe. I guess some of them repelled for the objective. And Riven on the way. So there I seen I couldn't do a 1v2 yet. So I realized I needed to farm more. Riven I could 1v1, but Caitlyn, her range and her root. And look at that healing per hit. Riven, that is insane. I am going to have to try to learn how to play her a little better, get good with her. So how Shyvanna works, in case you don't know, that bar have just turned red. Every time you do damage, it fills up slowly over time, but every time you do damage or you get a kill on an enemy, minion or a creature, it gives it a little boost. I think that bar is Fury. And when you're full Fury, that's when you can use your ult and go into dragon form. Right here, dive in the turret, just chunking Varus down, attack the turret. Riven, bad placement. And I think I go for Caitlyn too. Now the fireball, it'll do immediate damage. And it'll slow them a little bit as well. So a little fight going on down there. Went through there to check the jungle, see if I could steal any. I couldn't, so I'm just pushing the lane. And I'm not going to try it. I didn't notice I was 2 levels up on Swain, but I wasn't going to try that fight. Thresh comes along though. And then I seen the Scudder. I seen that the Rift Scudder was available, so again, more stacks. At this point, I think I was close to 400 stacks. So instead of recalling, I just stayed firm jungle. So see, I already have my ultimate ready again. Team fight brewing. But I want to recall and get that item. This is when I got the Oblivion Orb, I believe. Oh no, I still didn't have Riftmaker yet. So everything you've seen so far, that was just with the Trinity Force. I think it was that late of game, so now I have the Riftmaker. Now you guys can see exactly what the build I go for is capable of. We got a 3v2 here, Caitlyn on the way, and 2 straggling along. So I finished the farming. Full Fury. Dive in, one big hit, puts them both in AoE. They hit stasis there, I think, too. Look at that chunk damage. If you basic attack, use your first ability to attack right away again. And if you go for the higher health targets, and you keep your distance close proximity to the low health ones, that ring of fire, that'll just burn them. And it'll kill them off. That's not the fight I thought it was. This next one. So we got mid lane cleared out all the way. Zaya wants to do Baron. This build, when I get full items, at level 15 with maybe 3 or 4 items. 4 items, I can solo the Baron with this build. I either die here and realize I need a Oblivion Orb, or maybe I already got it. I think I did. So having an Oblivion Orb, I knew I could take Sway, reducing his healing. And look, all that damage I'm taking and getting back. So they got the dragon, but that's fine. Here I am, 100% health, so the dragon. And when you're in dragon form, your attacks generate fury. See the bar going up? Alright, my team thought I was crazy for soloing the Baron. You see how much health I'm getting back each second. So, right now, all I'm doing, wait until I get full fury so I can ult. Because Shyvanna, kind of useless without your ult. Look at that, I dive in, just chunk the damage. Look at that healing. That's all from the Rift Maker. And that second ability. And then third ability, first ability. Just deleted them. Do not mess with the Dragon Queen. And yeah, I was about to go recall her farm, but I realized they were all dead. So a lot of it's about timing. Timing your burst, timing if you're low health, hide in the bush, come back out. The movement speed in Dragon form is unreal. Like probably the fastest thing. Don't quote me on that, but again, I only had like 4 or 5 kills most of the game. Also got that Rift Maker. That was the other like 7. So besides that, I got armor, Oblivion Orb, and the Baron Talon or whatever. So not even the whole tooth, Nashor's tooth. So again, as good as Zaya was doing, this Shyvanna build just easy takeover in the late game, mid game. So if you haven't seen the other Shyvanna videos, go check them out too. There's some even bigger moments diving in. And hopefully I try not to use Shyvanna too much, just because there's the more physical damage, tanky build and playstyle with her, which is alright, but the way I like to build this up niche, it's highly dependent on getting those 300 and 400 stacks. And in order to do that, you can't do a lot of early ganks, or if you do, you might miss out or die and lose opportunities. So, but when the game's right, when you have a good team, if they have to play 4v5, then you can get your stacks and just like I did this game. I wasn't doing the best, and I just came in for an MVP sweep at the end. Late game, mid game carry, 17 minutes. So, and I mean, it baffles me, but some people, they have like 25 to 35, 40-minute games. I hear that it's like, I can't imagine what those games must be like. But this building a long game like that, and like you won't be having a long game like that. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Next video, I might try to switch out of jungle as well, but again, I started these videos because I find a lot of junglers in low tier don't know how to jungle properly, and I'm hoping that these tips can kind of shine light and bring those new players up to speed, and so that everyone can have a more enjoyable game experience. So